Hey, Bestie!
Hey guys, got two Bestie homeschooling mamas coming at you. I am Gail.
And I'm Christina.
And we have a fun summer episode for you. This is Homeschooling Adventures, Planning Your Summer. In today's episode, we're diving into the exciting world of summer plans for homeschooling families. Whether you're looking for educational adventures, creative projects, or simply some fun in the sun, we've got you covered.
I love summer. I'm so excited about this episode. Okay, well, we are going to kick it off by talking about setting goals and priorities for your summer. This is one of my favorite things that we do, and I'm going to share with you right now. So, the beginning of the summer, or as the school year is ending, whatever time of year that is for you, I know we're specifically talking about summer right now, but for some families, that looks different. For some families that homeschool, because we have that flexibility, they don't take time off the summer. They wait and they do a different school calendar and take it off at Christmas or whatever. So whatever you do, whatever time of year, take your break, this would apply. Mm-hmm. We get ready to end school and we make our summer fun, aka bucket list. So all of the kids get to chime in, I chime in, David chimes in, and we just make a list of all the things we want to do. And some of the things are on there every year. We do not have a pool. So the top of my kids' list is go swimming with friends. Mm-hmm. We just make our list. And so family trips, camping, camp, like church camp, VBS. All of these things that we enjoy doing throughout the summer make it on the list. Sometimes we have new things. Sometimes we have the repeating things. But it's just a fun list that we can put up and check things off as the summer goes by.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it helps too with those times when you're like, we need to do something this week, but what is it that we're going to do? Mm-hmm. You can just look at the list and get some ideas. And of course, they all range in the amount of time. You know, camping trip is going to take longer than a trip to the zoo, or financial, some going to the library extra is not, there's no financial expense, but going on a overnight getaway does. So there's varying cost involved as well.
I like it.
Yeah. So that is something fun that you can do to set your goals, as you discuss them as a family. When you are making these goals, you want to consider maybe some academic goals that you have. We're not sitting down and doing normal schoolwork, but there's lots of activities we can do that incorporate those goals that they've had all year long so that they don't forget them as the weeks or months go by. Mm-hmm. And you also want to think about, just the quality time that you would spend together as a family, pursuing hobbies or engaging in community service.
I like it.
So community service is a fun one to do as well during the summer.
Yeah, because you have a little bit more time.
You have a little bit more
clubs,
time.
Field trips.
Exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And it just helps kind of realign, the values and what's important with your family. Mm-hmm. So that's a great time to do it, is during the summer when we are less occupied with all of our other to-dos.
Our other social calendar.
Because we know homeschoolers are very social, we do all the things all the time. But hopefully summer it looks different. Even if it's busy, it just looks different.
Yeah. For us, we do school. We do schoolwork during the summer. But that's because Corey does not do well with change. And so he thrives if we just continue on with it.
With the routine.
But it's okay because we don't do school as many days during the week as our books tell us we have to. And that is so that I can kind of space it into the summer for him. Yeah. Because still, it's not like we do it 3-4 days a week. It's, twice a week maybe. Maybe we do it 3-4 times a week now. But yeah, it definitely looks different in the summer, but we try and extend that curriculum book a little bit longer for him so that he is not like out of the groove. If you get him out of the groove, then that's his new normal. And then putting him back into the groove at the beginning of a school year for him in the house will be like pulling teeth. So we just don't do it. He's never really known a summer break. Sure. Because he started homeschooling in kindergarten. So he's never really understood, like, what does that mean, a summer break? So it's not even something that crosses his mind. But we do more activities for him. So the next section we're going to talk about is educational adventures, which is fun for us because we are still technically doing school in the summer for him. We do take a little bit of time off in December, like where we don't do much school, like maybe one day a week, like several days before Christmas and several days after Christmas, just to keep it in his brain. But we don't do Christmas school, really. I mean, we take that break kind of thing. But he needs to do it all the time. So with us doing school, kind of always, we are going to talk about educational adventures and creative projects. You can explore local museums, science centers, zoos, historical sites for hands-on learning experiences, kind of like Tombstone, Arizona is a good one.
That's a fun one.
And then when you're talking about like history and stuff, some of these places have homeschool days, or I think the Children's Museum in Phoenix does like first Fridays free or something like that for everybody, but not all of them do that through the summer. So you definitely want to look into that, and these places that could have special days to help with financial part of it, those kinds of things. So make sure to look into all of that. I do think it's the Children's Museum that has a free day once a month, no matter the month. So take a look at that if you live in Arizona. You could take field trips to special parks that might have really cool playground equipment, nature reserves. We love to go take easier hikes in Flagstaff or Sedona with him because he's not like he's actually a decent hiker. He does Thunderbird great. It just can sometimes be a lot for their little legs. So those are good things. Botanical gardens, studies of plants and the plant life and wildlife, those kinds of things can be helpful when you do those. And we'll talk a little bit more about those in our outdoor activities next. But you could do theme days, which
these are fun.
I think would be amazing. We've never done theme days at home, and I think we should. I think theme days would be amazing, like topics of interest such as space or marine biology or ancient history, or even superheroes. You know, Corey really loves the Spidey and Friends right now, so that would be fun. Kind of like they have theme days in public schools for high school spirit days.
Go to the library and get a bunch of books on that specific subject. To go along with your theme.
Yep. And
so
read
fun.
one a day or two a day or whatever. This is a good time too to encourage your children to pursue their passions that they don't necessarily have time for during the school year. You know, if they want to write a book. I know one of yours is doing that. You know, that's hard to do when you're doing all your schoolwork and stuff. So when they have a little bit more time, these are kind of the good times for their passion projects, composing music or painting or crafting or anything like that. You could start a summer garden if you live in a place that's not 122 degrees.
Yeah, it doesn't work so well here.
Yeah.
Unless you have a greenhouse.
Yeah, most other states will be decent for gardens. Arizona is not one of them. In the summer.
Indoor garden.
You could do like basil, as Gordon Ramsay calls it.
My kids crack up every time he says that.
Or, you know, just your indoor spices and herbs and things like that. Those might be a fun summer planting. You could even start your strawberries inside in a planter. You're supposed to start them in a really small container and then they get a little bit bigger, those kinds of things. And then science experiments.
Pinterest is your friend.
Gosh,
all
Pinterest
the
is
things.
amazing.
Put in anything and all the fun activities come up. And it's all educational stuff.
Instagram too is good if you search like homeschool summer projects. That has been really beneficial as well. Just be careful when you search hashtags on Instagram.
Well, sure.
In general. Yeah, I think that's a fun section to kind of work through as well.
Yes, absolutely. All the fun things that you can do. With those fun things that you can do, let's talk a little bit more specifically about the outdoor activities and community involvement. I know if you live in Arizona, you're like, I do not want to do the outdoors in the summer. However, there are still things that you can do. We have a beautiful part of Arizona up north that is not ridiculously hot.
Yeah.
So taking day trips or weekend trips or middle of the week trips, you know, to Flagstaff. If you live in other states, your weather is probably a lot nicer in the summer and you can enjoy all the outside time
Although
you want.
You may have lots of humidity,
Well,
which
that's
is
true.
just terrible as well.
Everybody has something. But if you can be outside in the summer, I am a big proponent of being outside as much time as possible.
You guys do these little charts I love.
We do. So if you have not heard of 1,000 Hours Outside, definitely check them out. They have fun little charts where you can color in every hour that you spend outside throughout the entire year, and the goal is to get to at least 1,000.
Yeah.
I'm horrible at keeping track of our actual hours, but we are really good at making sure that we are out and about that much. There's so much good for the kids outside, their creativity, all kinds of wonderful benefits of being outside. So
staying away from screens.
Staying away from screens. And that one's such a hard one in the summertime because,
there's no schoolwork necessarily.
I mean, in our house, we have our standard, okay, before you can get on screens, you have to finish your schoolwork, you have to finish your chores, it has to be after a certain time, you have to have done your Bible reading. Like, we have the checklist of things, and they still get on earlier or for longer periods of time than I would like. So when they're outside, they're not on their screens, which is why we love being outside so much. So,
like nature walks, bike rides, camping trips.
Camping. Oh, we love camping.
Yes, we love camping trips too.
Love camping.
And there's a place in Arizona called Slide Rock.
Oh, yes.
So Sedona still gets decently warm. But Slide Rock is a lot of fun. It's just so busy.
It is so busy, but if you're going during the week, it's a little bit less busy.
Yeah.
So yes, there's all kinds of wonderful activities that you can do outside throughout the summer.
We have a lake up in Arizona too that's just kind of outside of Phoenix, Lake Pleasant, and you can do kayaking there and paddleboarding. I mean, if you don't own one, you have to rent it, so you have to factor that in, but you can go. And they have a lakeside that you can like take a picnic and go sit by the lake and eat. Like in the shade, or take a pop-up with you or something. And, those are options. I mean, obviously you're not going to be outside for hours and hours in 122-degree weather.
No.
But you can go for, or like a brunch out on the floor where it's not 122 yet. So yeah, it'd be fun.
When I was growing up, that was one thing that we did a lot. We didn't go camping. We weren't a camping family, but we would take drives, and we would drive up north or out to a lake and take a picnic and just spend a few hours eating and sitting by the water or hiking around. And that was something I really enjoyed as a kid.
Yeah. I think it's nice to take the day trips in Arizona because it's just, Phoenix is just terrible in the summer.
It is. It is. Lots of swimming, lots of shade, lots of cool drinks, and
if you got a pool around, that's the best thing too.
It is.
Get them out in the air and in the sunlight, and then wear them out.
Well, and here's the thing too to think about. You don't have to be out in the sun during the peak hot hours. Yeah. Like, even though it's hot, ridiculously hot, if you go out first thing in the morning when you wake up, it's fine. Spend a few hours in the morning, and then you go back.
That's the best time to go to the park because everything's not hot.
Yes.
Like the metal or the plastic or whatever.
Yeah. So, because kids get up early, not all of them, but most of them, and pretty much everyone in my house, we get up early. So, just go out first thing in the morning, and then you do your activities inside, and then later when the sun starts to go down, eat dinner on the back patio, or take your dinner as your picnic somewhere. Have dessert at the park. Any of that stuff just gets you outside, gets them moving. Another thing that we really enjoy that is an outdoor thing, but you could modify it and do it inside, but we really enjoy it, especially during the Summer Olympics. But we do like our own Olympics type activities where, we'll just make up different courses and activities and things to do, and then burn off the energy as we, do these things together. And then why not invite some friends along to do it with you? So I don't do that enough, but that would be fun.
Would be fun.
Yeah. And
then for community involvement, I think looking for opportunities to volunteer.
Yes.
Because your calendar is not crazy busy. That's a good time.
Yep.
I would love to go and do some more of the Feed My Starving Children over the summer.
I love that.
They're so good.
So good.
Yeah. And it's inside.
Yeah, it's inside. Every summer we make homeless bags. I think I've talked about this before, but
with the water and the...
Yep, take a big Ziploc bag and put a bottle of water and some snacks and maybe a toothbrush or toothpaste and soap, socks, washcloth, that type of stuff. And then we have those stocked for the rest of the year to hand out as we come across homeless people. Community service, take cookies to your firemen, serve extra at church. Maybe you go in during the week and clean the toys in the kids area because, you have that extra time to be able to do those things. It's also a good time to reach out to homeschool groups that are in your area if you're not plugged into one and just, start searching and getting ideas of what they do during the school year. They're probably not doing a lot during the summer because they need breaks too, but you can still ask the questions and just learn about the group so that you can kind of hit the ground running when the school year starts with the group that fit your needs.
Right. I think that's huge. Also attending workshops or conventions.
We just talked about that a few weeks ago.
With our wonderful Sunday. And camps, like you talked about, camps with church or what have you, and local organizations, educational institutions, things like that you can go and get involved in.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think the kids just really thrive when they're doing something they don't always do. It just gives their mind a chance to think about things in different ways and to experience new things and get excited about new things. And it's our secret, but they're learning through all of it, right? So they don't feel like they're learning, but they are.
Yeah. Again, homeschool is all about life skills and doing different things, provides them opportunities to find what they like and what they don't like. Because finding what you don't like is almost as important as finding what you do.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially when you talk about life as a grown-up. Yeah. So, all right. The last one we have here is flexible schedules and relaxation. Okay, you guys, it is still summer, right? And so it's not supposed to look like your normal... It's not supposed to look like your normal year. And so you do want to take some time to relax with each other. Spend some time together, just you and your family. Embrace that flexibility of the homeschooling and allow for some downtime.
Right. The sports practices are usually on hold. There's no soccer, basketball practice. There's not games to rush off to. And
you guys still do horses in the summer?
We do.
Okay.
So that one is year-round. However, we do choose as a family that we will take a few weeks off back to back. So we're not going to go every single week, but it does still go.
Yeah, because that's how the ministry goes on. Okay, that's what I was curious.
But all the other things, there's no more dance practice and dance recitals, soccer and soccer games, archery and tournaments, like all of those other things break for the summer.
And clubs
and
homeschool
activities
and field trips
from our homeschool group. All of those things take a break. Now there are other areas that kind of rev up. We're highly involved with the graduation and the convention, so those things add a little bit to the schedule, but it's certainly not
it's not the same because you're not necessarily schooling particularly heavily during those times.
Right. Yeah. So our days look different, and we do have, especially that evening time when David's not working, where it's like, oh, we don't have to rush off to something. So, let's watch a movie or.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
We did our first sleepover with Corey in the living room.
Fun.
A couple weeks ago, and he actually did great. He did great, and I did not do great. I ended up getting a headache in the middle of the night and having to go to my bedroom because I was sleeping weird, I think, or something. And he goes, "We'll do another one, but maybe, Mom, you won't sleep on the mattress."
Aww.
He was so funny. But doing that, camp out in the living room.
That's fun. My kids love, this is going to sound so, I don't know, in my head I think it sounds ridiculous, but they love it. They camp out and sleep on the trampoline in the backyard.
Oh, I did that with Mackenzie when
can't imagine. I can't imagine. They love it. They take out their blankets and their pillows and they camp out in there, or they'll build a fort and camp out in the living room. So much fun.
Yeah. I have slept on the
trampoline.
And it was I think it was late spring
So not quite as hot.
Not quite super hot, but it was chilly when we were.
Maybe July is not the best time to do it, but Yeah.
But I mean, summer is any time that you're not
doing school.
Right. Actively schooling.
Yep.
So creating a balance between structured activities and free time for spontaneous adventures, relaxation, and the family bonding we were talking about. Encouraging your children to pursue interests and hobbies at their own pace and fostering that love for lifelong learning.
That is so important. That whole fostering a love for lifetime learning. There are so many times where I can look back and think, man, I pushed this one subject or this one curriculum too far, too much, and I made it not fun. And that does not foster a love for learning. And so those were hurdles that we had to get past because I dug my heels in and thought, this is the way it must be because this is what I'm used to, because this is what public school looked like when I was going there and when I was working in it. Do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Foster the love of learning.
So like today Corey and I were doing math, and it had us doing addition by looking at the 100 chart, right? It's like find the 35 and add 1. What number? He does not process well that way. He's like, okay, I find the 35, but I don't know what you mean by +1 looking at this chart. So we had to use our manipulators, right? And I mean, it wasn't 35 + 1. It was like all single digits. So we just put our manipulators out, and then he's like, I can't do it this way, Mom. And so we were both getting quite frustrated. And I was like, do you want your chain? Because it's like linking chains, the manipulators. And he goes, can I just do it this way or count on my fingers? Like, yes, you can. Do whatever makes you not be frustrated right now. And so you just have to remember that if it's not working the way the book or the curriculum is telling you, there's always another way to figure it out.
There is. Yep.
There really, really is. And he's struggling with like 10s and 1s, like not understanding the places of those. And I'm just like, I'm just not going to push it. I'm just not. It's like with his reading. Like, I didn't think he would read till he was in 2nd or 3rd grade, and he's reading like decent amount of words right now. And I'm like, it just clicked. And so I'm thinking, if I just leave it alone and we just keep doing addition, as we get into addition of double numbers, it's going to be like, oh, I've got to do the 10 spot and the 1 spot, but separately kind of thing. And I think it will click then, maybe. And even if it doesn't, then we just keep going. But like, I don't know why I'm pushing this so hard just because it's in the curriculum.
And that's the key right there. It's because it's in the curriculum, because we have this mindset that they have to learn certain things at certain times.
Right.
When that's just not the case.
No.
Every kid clicks
and he
at
doesn't
different
like
times.
Flashcards. Like, that's not how he learns in this curriculum. And it tells me to make flashcards, and I'm like, I'm not going to do flashcards. That is not how he has to physically hold it in his hand, and a piece of paper is not going to do that.
Yep.
And he's not a memorization kid either. So while I love this curriculum, there are parts of it that I'm just like, yeah, that doesn't work for my kid. And we're just not going to do that because that's going to make us all crazy. So, but I'm hoping by doing that and waiting until it clicks for him and not making it frustrating for him, because today was frustrating, and then realizing we needed to pivot, and that will then encourage him to continue to want to learn. I saw him getting so frustrated on the first subject we were doing that I was like, he's going to just shut down. We're not going to be able to finish school all today. But we did. We powered through. We made through all 3 subjects that we were doing today. And so, but I'm just saying, with the lifelong learning, it's not always what it looks like in the book. And so when the summer gives you that opportunity to do things outside of the book, outside of the box.
Right.
So
other things that will make it click that are more fun than sitting down with the book.
Right. Yeah. So make sure to do that with your flexible schedule. Yeah. It's amazing. All right. That was a good one.
That was.
So
I am excited for summer.
Yay. It's coming.
It's coming. It'll be here.
So fast.
So fast.
As a homeschooling family, summer offers endless opportunities for exploration, creativity, and growth. By setting these goals or having your fun chart set up for the beginning of the summer, embracing adventure, prioritizing quality time together, you can make the most of the summer months and create lasting memories that enrich your homeschooling journey.
Mm-hmm.
So join us next time as we explore more tips and strategies for homeschooling success. Yay!
And as we're leaving, can I just put out one reminder?
Absolutely.
We only have 18 summers with them.
Oh, yes.
And that one always hits me a little bit hard, especially when I look at how many summers I have left with my teens and my middles.
But that's the awesome thing about homeschooling. It's not just summers for us.
Not just summers. But remember to make those memories. And, it goes by so fast.
Dude, I have one I don't have a summer with anymore. She's a grown-up. She's doing the grown-up things. She's doing the grown-up works. And so she doesn't have summers off anymore. And so it goes by so fast. Like I just had her. And in a blink of an eye, she was grown up. So she's not kidding.
Yeah.
She's really not kidding. All right, guys, that was a good one. I'm excited about it. So if you liked it, if you found value in this episode, which I thought it was packed full of all kinds of things, share it with your friends, share it with other homeschooling mamas. Make sure that they get the information. Let's encourage each other through the summer, because while we always have our children with us when we're homeschooling, they're with us 24/7, 365, the summer is less organized. It's a little bit less scheduled. And so that can sometimes bring chaos. And so remember to just check on your mamas through the summer, especially if they just got back from a vacation, because vacation is not a vacation when you take children. It is parenting in a different location.
Very true.
So check on your mamas. Okay, guys? All right. If you liked it, please review, subscribe to the show. It makes sure that it gets to all of the awesome people out there that need to hear it. So we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Just want to throw this out there. We are also starting our speaking journey with our podcast. And so if you have an event, a women's event, a mom's event, anything like that you'd like to have Christina and I at, please reach out to us, either social media or on our link tree, which I'll post in our show notes. We have have us become a speaker for you form that you can fill out, and we would love to be there for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're super excited. So just wanted to shoot that out there, and we hope you guys have an amazing summer. Do you want to pray?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for each summer that you give us with our babies. Thank you for the flexibility that we have with homeschooling and the chance that we have to teach our children. Thank you for loving us unconditionally and help us to just enjoy every moment. Pray this in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Hey, Bestie.